writing stuff and like the housing?
I think that is the official list. What she took is the official list. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
And then are you also asking if when you apply to the University of Cincinnati, which is next month, you apply to graduate school?
Is that when that thing opens?
November, probably. It's probably due in December. So they get you all way ahead of your life when you go to apply to grad school. It's a struggle. Oh, Dr. Dana Harley, she's right on the website for UC. Come on, why did it turn off? No.
Here,
Okay.
this is her email right here. She had showed us
Her card. Hello.
Hello.
You're welcome to eat. We had a visit from Dr. Dana Harley, a Wilberforce. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna give this presentation. Here you go. In 2 weeks, y'all get to sign up for a welcome weekend. Dr. Dana Harley. If you have her email,
Yeah, here.
and you didn't get on the list, send her an email.
Okay.
So send Dr. Dana Harley the email. Oh my God. Is anyone presenting on a major mental health disorder today? It's okay if you're not. I'm just asking because you can start this week if you would like.
Yeah, I just started.
Okay, that's fine.
I think I'll do mine Thursday.
What's that?
I'll do mine Thursday.
Thursday, sweet. Okay.
Hold on, it doesn't have to be long.
I was saying 12, 13, 14, 15 minutes. We're getting you used to live time. You can show a video.
Well, give me next week. I'll do next week.
You can show a video. So if you need to take up some time,
Okay.
a video about addiction, alcoholism, schizophrenia, ADHD, poverty of trauma of poverty. Which one would you say?
Yeah.
Poverty of trauma.
Yeah.
I guess both of them work, but it's weird. There is poverty with the trauma sometimes, and there is trauma from poverty, like food insecurity, things of that nature. So there's a lot of research on that. Pizzas are from Dr. Dana Harley. She is a Wilberforce grad. Are they over there? Are they across the street? Like over there? She has done this 8 years in a row. So she uses evidence-based recruiting strategies. Do you guys know what that is? She said it's not important, but if you are interested in going to University of Cincinnati in 2.5 weeks for a graduate school visit, fully paid for and funded, take the email. You're in charge of her email now. And tell Dr. Dana Harley. She's sending up a charter bus. They bring you down. You get a hotel room. They give you 3, 4, 5 meals. There's a football game this year, and then they drive you back.
Oh, yeah, I used their homecoming weekend.
Yeah. No, she's there.
It is their homecoming weekend.
Yeah.
Oh.
I should.
Are you going?
I'm going to try to show up Saturday.
And it say that we can attend their homecoming activities.
I might even show up both days. You can, yeah. It's crazy, though, because it is a big-ass school.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's 50,000 students. Hello, how are you? There is pizza for everyone. Dr. Dana Harley brought it. I'll start it over again because I know we're in 2 weeks and 3 days. If you're a sophomore, so you have to be a sophomore or a junior or a senior. Is everybody here a sophomore, junior, senior?
Yeah.
They are paying all expenses paid trip to the University of Cincinnati. They send you a charter bus. They usually park it in front of like the gym early in the morning Friday, send you down, feed you 3, 4, 5 meals because they keep you overnight. There's a football game. This is the recruitment project. So she uses what's called an evidence-based recruiting strategy. So like intensive orientation, mentoring. So they'll help you write your personal statement, educational counseling, cultural affirmation activities, which they do. You see, it is maybe only 7% Black. That is my guess because I was a graduate of UC. Most colleges, NKU was 8% Black. As I remember, they said, Dr. Trouth, we love you. We can't hire you. We have 6% faculty that are Black. We cannot hire you. So that's how I know the number. They're like, so NKU 6% Black. UC 7% Black. Miami is 22%. It might actually be diverse. Is that the more specific term? Because I found out Miami's 22% because Miami Middletown is 20% Asian.
Oh, yeah. That is diverse. Yeah.
Have you heard that? Yeah. Okay. So they do use cultural affirmation activities. Dr. Dana Harley is a graduate of Wilberforce, so she went to school up here. She's exactly my age. We both were class of 96 and then class of 2000. I went to UK for grad school. She went to UC, and then she went to OSU for her doctorate, and I went to UC for my doctorate. Learning style assessment, writing assessment. So they're going to help you guys write, prepare. If anybody here is a senior, you apply next month to graduate school. I know none of you are seniors, but just like get in the mentality. In 2 years, if you're a sophomore, or next year, if you're a junior, apply to grad school. Does anybody want to go to grad school here? Am I just wasting my time telling you you don't want to?
Here, but
We don't have a grad school here. We only have an MBA. So we don't have an MSW. We're working on it and we'll make it better, but understood, like until we have one, I wouldn't want to go here.
wait, so okay, this is like only for social work, maybe?
Anyone who wants to go to a social work graduate school, you don't have to be only, what's your major?
I'm social work.
Yeah. I mean, they're mainly recruiting you to be a MSW, a Master of Social Work.
Right.
So she collaborates with all these people. Anybody ever do upward bound?
Yeah. I'm sure.
That way, she is able to get you on campus 6 weeks early. Somehow they work with Upward Bound office. Maybe it's because you're an Upward Bound counselor and bring in the new freshmen. You're then a grad student, but it gets you to campus and UC Cincinnati area 6 weeks early. Because you know how it's always chaotic. The first day you jump in, you got to move in, then you start class. Did you guys do that this year? Last year? When you all moved here, how did it go?
Wait, what?
Like you just move in, there's welcome weekend, and then bam, you're in class Monday.
Yeah.
Freshman year, I didn't go to pilot week or anything.
Right.
I just came like 2 days before class.
Okay. So she's saying, that's ingenious. I didn't know she's working with them, but she has, it's like employment and housing and everything. They have you work for Upward Bound, welcome their freshmen to the BSW, and then in 6 weeks, you start the MSW program. So you got 6 weeks to get your shit ready at UC, which is kind of cool because usually you got what, 2 days? You move in Friday, start class Monday. I don't know. How did it go for anybody?
I don't know. I came to school late.
Same.
All of you did?
I didn't. I have no idea.
How?
But I still did, but
I'm on a visa. My visa took weeks to come.
So how late were you?
Like 2 weeks late. I came like the third week of school.
I love that Central works with it though. And they're like, it's cool, man. Here's his work. Just jump on in. Other schools would be like, fuck no, start in January. We ain't letting you start
Yeah,
shit.
like a lot of us, we're on full ride. So like our scholarship,
Right.
like a few weeks before school started, so it's like, if you have visas and booked, you cannot come until January. We like 2 of us came out.
Food for everybody. And it is from the University of Cincinnati, recruiting you to Welcome Weekend. If you are interested in going, because they do give you guys. Oh yeah, here is information about it. We'll pass these around. There are only a few left. So if you guys are able to share. This is Welcome Weekend. This is UC. Is everybody here a sophomore or a junior?
I'll show a picture.
Oh, okay. Just pass them around. I love Metallica too. Have you seen Metallica? I don't know.
Yeah.
Hi.
I don't know how to register. Like, where do we sign up?
So, is there an email of Dr. Dana Harley anywhere at this? Let's see.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me take
I think you are the keeper of Dr. Dana
You
Harley's
got the
email.
email?
Yeah, I didn't get it. Let me take a picture.
Okay. There is enough for 3 of you to keep this one. Well, we could hang them up in the hall so people know.
Yeah.
Because anybody could go. It is mainly for sophomores, juniors, seniors, social work majors. It should be. But you can get your MSW with any degree. I was a psych major and a theology major. I went right into my MSW. It just took twice as long.
Oh, you're trying to send like.
If you're advanced standing and have above it, it's like a 325 or something, they will let you do a 1-year master's of social work. That's kind of cool. Yes. Save a lot of money and time. Yes. So Anybody presenting on a major mental health disorder today, you're welcome to present this week if you would like. You don't have to. What's that? You present on your favorite mental health disorder. It could be addiction, it could be ADHD, it could be alcoholism, it could be poverty, trauma, huh?
Do we have to make a thing or do we just go over there and talk about it?
Ideally, a PowerPoint and a video, so you can.
Oh, so I'll wait.
Yeah, you can.
I can talk about it.
Yes.
The wing it up there, but.
So we've been at UC for 8 years, she said now, because this is a couple years old. They've accepted 21 of our students, 17 have accepted and enrolled, 12 have finished, 3 grads for 24 and 25. And the retention rate is 94%. So they really support you guys. I guess that's the stat she's trying to show. Like, you go there, you pay enough attention, you're not texting your boo the whole time during class, they'll fucking graduate you. But if you're texting your boo all class long, they're going to kick your ass out. I never had those distractions. That's why I always make fun of your all's text messages and phones. And like, I swear to you, I had a beeper, I had a pager. Laptops didn't exist. We had to go to a computer room with all these computers in it. And we had to handwrite all of our stupid notes. We could write a note and pass it to a person in class. But we didn't have texting. We didn't have Wi-Fi. So you couldn't even like watch all these videos and TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. Any vegetarian ones left? They're all meat, aren't they? I'm trying to steal the cheese and vegetarian one for my.
Yeah, that's crazy. The question is, I don't think there is.
Oh, you said there's crust in one. Is that from me? That's probably from me.
That's right.
It's nasty, you're saying?
Yeah, all of that went on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chicken. If you need a microwave, go to 311. If you want it hot, go to 311 and just heat it up. And 310. They both have microwaves. All right. I will. You got to go.
Oh, yeah, I have to.
Okay. Okay. My goal is to finish up. Nobody's presenting today?
No, I didn't know.
Who's going to pop the bubble and go first? Okay. I promised her I'd finish this, but we can pass around that. What's,
I thought we were still working on the eco.
so I'd probably put the due date as next week. But that's the hard thing. Every single one of you has to come up and present. So really, you can like start this week, and we might not finish for 3 weeks. You know what I mean? That's fine. That's fine. You guys are doing good.
I gotta do my eco map.
Oh, you do got to do your damn eco map.
I know.
Damn.
I'm feeling good, so.
All right. Oh yeah, last year they did this. What is WW? That's not World War, is it? WW 2003 Painting with Soul Palette. Why is that World WW? Okay. I do remember her having painting. So the cliff notes of this trip, she sends a charter bus up. It's usually in front of our stadium early Friday morning, brings you down. Here's the painting, tour the campus. You got some badass like swag, whatever that is, the bag full of shit that you get from you visit somewhere, and there's some good stuff. And the stadium, and they are doing a football game this year. It's UC and the Big 12 or something, which apparently is a big deal. And they bring you home Saturday night. So pick you up early. If you have an interest, email Dr. Dana Harley. The email's in the back of the room. Did you guys pass around her email yet? Because I didn't snap it. You're the keeper.
Oh, yeah, I need it.
You're the keeper of the email. So if you let her know.
So we doing the eco map and the presentation, or we
So you make sure, I will open it for all of you. You've got your genogram is like your family tree, and your eco map is all the stuff you do throughout the day and week and time and energy throughout the day. The presentation is the next big one, is about a major mental health disorder of your interests. And the social work application. I know I made that an assignment, but I'm just trying to get you guys done. And we keep our accreditation that way by everyone who applies. That was the football game 2 years ago. They haven't taken us to a football game in a while. I'm surprised she pulled off this football game. And it's homecoming week there, so it's going to be lit.
It's gonna be lit, he said.
For real. Like, I was saying, like, don't go out too late and, like, it's inner city Cincinnati, so don't go out, like, holding your phone in front of your face and somebody's like, give me that phone. So you, like, got to pay attention. Yes, it very much so is. I'm not saying that, but you can describe it. Like, yes, I went to UC for grad school, and there was definitely lots going on there.
Are you saying like when we go on the trip?
Yes, because in the past,
Too, right?
what did you say?
We're gonna be attending classes. Like,
You might visit a class, but it's like she'll tour you the whole campus when it's open Friday,
right.
feed you Friday night, feed you breakfast in the morning. It's probably free at the hotel. Lunch, UC football game, drive you home.
Oh, because she was saying that she only had like 25 or 27 tickets left. So if y'all didn't sign that paper, I thought y'all should email her like they said.
Right. Yeah. She wants to know for real. And ain't no last minute cancellations. You commit to this, you go, because it shows bad in us, and you got to behave too, because they'll never invite us back. Hello. How are you? Good. That is all that we are doing. So if you're interested in 2 weeks, visit UC for grad school at the University of Cincinnati. It's both an advanced standing MSW, or if you have below like a 3.0, you can do the 2-year MSW. That's the one I did. I didn't have below a 3.0, but I had a psych degree, not a BSW. And that's how you get into advanced standing. You skip a whole year of grad school. So email Dr. Dana Harley. If none of you are presenting, we are open for questions at this point. Here's more info on the grad school. Oh yeah, where's the attendance sheet? Did you guys sign it? Did you sign it? What questions do you have?
So since I have my name on there, is she gonna like email me or like?
She'll at least
Cause I didn't put the, like, no one put like the email on there. We just put our name.
right. Ideally, you're right. You don't have emails, but you do have her email, so you could also. I would communicate, because it is a big. Without Dr. Jackson and myself going this year, as we both have brand new babies, I'm going to show up Saturday. I think Dr. Jackson's showing up Friday. So, Dr. Dana Harley. Yep. Say, Dr. Harley, I am interested. She'll be like, damn it. But they're recruiting. They have lots of money for our students, like for real. I'm sure it's competitive too. Any questions you guys have? 3.25 for accelerated. I think they've made exceptions too. If you're like 3.1, excuse me. My first 2 years, I had a 0.59. So I had a 2.0 sophomore year. I had to kick ass junior and senior year to get my GPA at a 3.45. I finished. I round up a 3.45. What would you guys do? I call that a motherfucking 3.5. Yes. They didn't. They didn't say I was cum laude. I was pissed. They're like 3.45. Don't round up. Okay. Yeah, they don't round up. Cool. Well, any questions on this one? Did we ever finish the self-care stuff? I guess we did. Do we do self-care yet? Y'all practicing your self-care?
Yeah, the balance.
Not failing out of school? What?
You said the balance and filling your cup up.
Yes. Okay.
Sure have. I'm gonna go to the gym right after this.
That gym is open now.
Yeah.
I told them I'll be there every day running that treadmill, or as long as the shower is hot. In January is ice cold. The gym across the street from the stadium. NPC.
Yeah.
Non-playing characters. Is NPC non-playing characters?
No, it's
Oh.
I
Like all the fake people live over there with the, who lives over there?
Right.
Like, athletes and stuff.
Really? Non-playing characters. Have you guys heard of that?
60 over 60.
Yeah, I think
But NPC is like a term they use where like there's people you see every day in your life and they just are like
background.
a prop. Yeah, it's just like a prop.
that's crazy. Like, we all background characters of somebody's story.
Right, yeah. And as social workers, we try to humanize everybody we can. Like, see their human person, see their human, human behavior. It's gotten crazy out there. I don't know how to say it. They told us if we took the baby home, my wife was discharged and the baby wasn't. They said, y'all can go home AMA against medical advice, but then we'll call 241 kids on you. And we're like, why would we do that? My wife wanted to get home to the other 3 kids. They're like, you can go, but the baby stays. She was breathing slow and the sugar was low. And we're like, we're not leaving her, but we would like to leave. And they're like, well, go check her out. AMA against medical advice. We're like, no.
Okay, so like,
That's
obviously we gotta do
weird.
our projects and everything like that. So when we do our project later on this week,
Uh-huh.
maybe we can start like presenting.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I still gotta really do that. What's it called? Application first to make sure you get.
Right, yeah.
accreditation.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely do your social work application. That's why I make it
Mhm.
an assignment. It's a weird assignment because we all should just apply for the sake of applying. But when I make it assignment, I feel like you don't forget it. It's like, okay, fuck, I got to do this.
Yeah.
Right? It's not terrible. It's just saying like, why do you want to be a social worker? Why do you want to do this type of line of work? Why do you want to?
Yeah. It's only is copy and paste because it's not the same format. I gotta go in and do.
Oh, in Word.
Yeah.
Right. If you really wanted to, you could print it out and do it by hand and I'll scan it for you. But just however you get it done.
That would be perfect. Actually.
That's something I use.
I
You
got
probably could
Word.
download it from the assignment, save it to Google Docs. I don't know if Google lets you type on a PDF though, does it?
No.
Why?
No.
Why?
But Word didn't let me type. They was
Word
like, you
don't
gotta do
let you
it.
type on
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
have Word.
they
That's
were
just
like-
too old for me.
it.
It's too much.
It-
But you could paste it into Word on Google Docs. That's what you do.
Yeah, but you had to get Dropbox, copy and paste, and then when you went to go paste, it was like you gotta sign in and make an account.
Yeah,
and
it's
then-
it's a whole process.
It's-
On Dropbox or on Google Docs?
On Word, actually, from Dropbox.
Okay.
And the format wasn't the same, so you still gotta go back and tweak it.
This will be the most important thing you do though,
Yeah.
because
Word.
every one of my notes is written on Word now. Like everything I do in social work, you gotta have some way to save it, write your notes. It's real life. It sucks, but it's growing up. It's like
Excel is horrible.
Excel is terrible. I agree with that. I hate Excel. But learning how to communicate, whether it's email, Word documents, PDFs, signing things, all that shit is about social work. So it is a good practice and just learning the systems.
Adobe.
I hate it. Yes,
like that.
I hate it.
Electronic
I'd rather not.
signature, Adobe.
If you want a job that pays real money, you learn how to do that, you'll get a job that pays real money. If you're like, well, I don't really know like how to get Word on this, like they might not hire you.
I don't like it, but I'll learn it.
Right. I learned it for money. I'm not going to lie.
Right.
I wasn't going to touch any damn computer until they're like, well, we got a salary for you. Like, okay, let me learn this real quick. Like then you pop up like, yeah, I'm learning it. That's just how it is. So, did we also hit on mortality rates? I know these are the last few slides, but it's higher for Blacks and Hispanics are similar to whites. The primary reason for death was congenital. Does that mean heart abnormalities? And that I think that's heart. That's usually heart abnormalities. And then with African American infants, it was a low birth weight. What do you guys think contributes to differences of like infant mortality and those stats we just read?
Like a little bird.
Like, why do you think it's 6.1 for whites and Hispanics and 14.1 for Blacks? Like,
Racist.
in what way then? So Detail that. Yeah, like detail it. Like break it down.
You know, in the hospital, well, they always say like in the hospital, you got a better chance of a white baby surviving. But I don't really know like.
I know. I'm curious. That's why I'm asking.
Well, I read up on it, and they were just saying that like the pain, they don't listen to Black women as much in the hospital because of their pain tolerance is higher than the other people, and then also when we do like complain about anything or we like talk about anything, they're like, oh no, it's fine, it's normal. And they're like, okay, maybe it's normal for us to be like this, and it's not. Or the normal symptoms can lead to other stuff that is bigger, and they don't pay attention to that.
I agree with what she said.
Okay.
It's just a theory, but I feel like the mortality rates aren't really that much different anyways. I just think they say that because racism.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's interesting that if you say the pain tolerance is higher, because you're saying then you could be like fucking dying and you won't say anything until you're like hurt, dead. And it's like if somebody else's pain tolerance is low. I've heard that about men and women, that men are lightweights or like we stub our toe like, oh my God, it hurts so bad. And then women, that's why they say they're better climbers, because women are more flexible and have a higher tolerance for pain. But if you're saying also, what's that? Who, women? You are right. We're getting into that one soon. No, it's so true. Why though? Why? Why do you think? Why? That's probably true. I just got diagnosed with cataracts. I'm only 46. Yeah. Shit's all blurry. I'm like, what's that? I was supposed to go back. How the fuck do you fix it?
I think they said having surgery, but I haven't.
So you still can walk? Which one makes you unstable walking? Is it the ACL that makes it where you're like wobbly? Because it's right there.
It'll, if I like turn my leg a certain way, I can feel my knee shift.
So it's this one right there, isn't it?
That's the one I'm
Because that's the one I frayed.
That's the MCL.
And I've had a meniscus surgery since then. So, okay. Anybody else before I move our last two slides on this? Why is poverty a social risk factor?
Why is poverty?
Like, why are people at risk if they're impoverished or have poverty or have
The lower money, the less money that you have, the less resources that you have access to.
Yep.
You don't have you can't pay for Medicare. How are you supposed to get help in a hospital, or you can't get food, no transportation, bad funding for programs in sick.
the transportation is real. When I worked for Lighthouse, we had to do all home visits in Cincinnati because people couldn't drive to see a social worker. So we do home visits, and that's just standard now. It was like a new concept when I was in grad school. Like, we drive to them. It's standard now. Like, shit's expensive.
She said it was like problems with that she like faced or whatever because she'll go to people's house and you don't know how people like live when you're going over there. And she's like, I used to go to people's house, people just racist, and I was scared, and I had to actually refuse service and like leave and get somebody else to help them. And then it was another person, and they were like, I don't want you in my, like, it was just a lot that goes on. I was like, oh.
Right. Yeah, you do only want to work with people that are like willing and want to. So, why are 1 in 4 women physically abused during pregnancy? Why do you think it increases the risk of domestic violence when you're pregnant?
Another person don't want the baby.
When shit's getting real, they're like, they don't want to pay for it, or they don't want to be like,
They don't want responsibility.
okay. So that obviously increases the risk of miscarriage, like if you were punched in the stomach, low birth weight because you're stressed. So there's a lot of things to. Pregnancy is a big deal. Like, do you guys know how many kids we have per couple nowadays in America?
Like 2.
1.6.
1 point. How do you know that?
It's probably that 60% have 2 and 40% have 1.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how stats work. But do you know what a growth birth rate would be? What would a growth birth rate be? It has to be basically if two of you make a baby, I think you still need two to make a baby. I could be wrong. We might have some way to, I know you can artificially inseminate, but you got to get the sperm somewhere. So it's 2.1. That's replacement. Try to guess the last decade we were at replacement rate in America and Europe. 2.1 kids per couple. Try to guess. Random guesses are fun. So right now in America, most couples have 1.6 kids. Or one person has 0.8 kids. It's like, how the fuck do you get that? They cut their head off? No, it's because 80% of people have one kid and 20% of people have 0 kids. Or the same way I said, two people, 60% have 2 and 40% have 1. So they average it to 1.6, right? That's how stats work. And then they have a growing population. Did you know that's why immigration has gotten to the place that it has been here in America? I mean, that's the only way we're filling a lot of our jobs, like services and stuff. Pretty much. So if you have a dying population, you got 1.6 for the past 50 years. So that's a hint. When do you think? What is that thing, dude? A squash bug? Get out of here. He's a squash bug.
What did you say?
There's stink bugs. It's the same thing. They're like literally, but they
How did you come along saying squash bug?
because they always eat my squashes, my pumpkins. I've been told they were squash bugs too, but I know that they are stink bugs. So it's been 50 years since we've made replacement rate of kids. 50 years. 1974. Oh wait, that's the decade abortion was legalized. So it kind of makes sense where it's like, fuck, I don't want that thing. And so like it is very legal. But ever since then we have 1.6 kids. So like do the math, you know what I mean? So just food for thought. Have you heard in China they are 30 million women short? Have you really?
They are paying people to have kids.
Women.
They are paying people to have kids over there.
In India, guess how many women they're short? 40 million. 40 million women short. So they have 40 million more men than they do women. And there's this thing called selective abortion. So you find out it's a girl, they have 40 million more men. There's documentaries on it and everything I can show. That's a good question. It's not as imbalanced. I don't know. No, we might be balanced. Hi, are you hungry? Please take food, all of you. Have you guys met Dr. Perdomo's Sarah Perdomo? Sarah Perdomo is Dr. Perdomo. Should we do he's the possessive of you or you're the possessive of him?
I could be the Miss Dr. Perdomo. I don't care. I'm not.
So we were saying how many short women are in India and how many women short in China. There's huge documentaries about it. They're missing 30 million women in China and 40 million. So they have men like this one dude has 4 boys and they're all living with mom 30s, 40s, 50s. They're like chilling at home. They aren't finding wives. Selective abortions kind of took over in the 70s where it's like, oh, they scan it. They're like, that's a girl off with its head. And it caused an imbalance, which is crazy. You know what I mean? Just the facts of because it was a girl. Because in the past, property only passed on to the men. But now a woman is clearly more valuable than a man. Like as of recent, they're like, there's nobody to have kids. So
It was like that in the Bible too.
really?
Yeah.
So tell me more. Tell me more.
Just basically what you said, they used to like throw babies if they were, if they were female or male?
I think it was female.
Okay, they used to throw them off like a cliff or something if they were female. They used to keep them out.
What'd you say?
Is it the females or the males?
It's probably the Old Testament. I could see, but there was child sacrifice. You're right. There is child sacrifice. Right. But it for real does happen the past like decades in China and India because you're only allowed to have one kid. So if you're allowed to have one kid, they don't want a girl, is then your property is all going to get passed on to whoever she marries, and they want to keep the property in the family. Hello. Welcome to the party. Would you like some pizza? We did do a PowerPoint presentation how the University of Cincinnati Welcome Weekend is in 2 weeks. You have to be a sophomore, junior, or senior if you're interested. The keeper of Dr. Daniel Harley's email is in the back of the room. You got it on your phone. Because Dr. Jackson and myself have too young of kids to show up the whole time. But she'll go by Friday, I'll go by Saturday. So y'all got to be on your best behavior.
Yes.
You ruin this for Central State and we're screwed. Any questions about?
That was the moment. Did you know that? I was like, be good. You're gonna sit in my office.
Why do you think domestic violence increases during pregnancy?
Because we are hormonal and sometimes.
Okay.
So
They were
it's
saying-
y'all- it'd be y'all starting sometimes.
Sometimes I've been pregnant 6 times.
Dude, there's only 2 of us here. Watch out. Watch out. There's only 2 of us in here.
Yes. I've been pregnant 6 times and I can say.
Yes.
6. I can say I was a little sassy, a little aggressive sometimes.
Like-
I'm surprised I didn't get like knocked out sometimes because I'd be like, oh, I want pickles and he'd be like, oh, it's 3 a.m. I don't get to get there. It's 24 hours. Yes, Dr. Perdomo had to go at 3 a.m. for some pickles. And he just looked at me so loving.
So last week they got to see a picture of our placenta, the childbirth, the mucus on the head right after it was born.
It's
and-
all good.
Yep.
It's a little scary. but it's
Anybody
all good.
else have questions about childbirth or pregnancy or from the man's perspective or the woman's perspective?
You guys ever get pregnant? It's okay.
Yes.
Is it true you stand up like all your organs feel like they're down here?
You feel everything in your ligaments.
Your hoo-ha.
Your ligaments are so very not happy at that moment. Yes.
So they sell straps to like tie around.
So put it up to where your baby lifts up a little bit.
The boulder
to where it
holder?
takes- Mhm.
It's like a boulder holder.
Everything just feels a lot of gravity, and there is such thing as towards the end. It is true, lightning crotch. It's where the baby is head coming down, and it's
The mucus plug is holding it up.
It
Like,
does. It keeps the infection from going in. But your baby, it's like a pain, and it's okay.
so you could do
It's okay.
bed rest if they're too heavy.
Mhm. But pregnancy's beautiful. I do it all over again.
Are you?
Yeah.
What is the oldest you guys have heard of a woman having a baby and then a man having a baby?
Wait, what did you say?
The oldest woman you've heard of having a baby.
Okay.
I was only
60?
The 57-year-old.
Was it her own eggs?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
She's mad because she thought she was having big balls. I seen that woman was like, I'm 57, I'm too old for this. It's gonna be embarrassing. Yeah, I seen that one. How was the oldest man? There's men I don't think
Oh
have
my
age.
gosh, my granddad had a baby. My granddad had a baby when he was like 60 something. And I was 14 calling this child my uncle.
Really?
Yes. Calling this baby my uncle. I'm like, what did you do?
He was your uncle, dude. That's,
I was
it
just
happens.
saying.
That's life, man.
Is it true we're supposed to give birth standing up?
You can't.
They squat
And it's
because
easier that way, like you're supposed to do that, but
you like bounce on the ball like that.
Well, you
dude.
bounce on the ball until.
Not like in a sexual way, but the baby bounces
You
out,
do
like for real.
rotate and everything. You're supposed to move your hips to help.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you can do it squatting, but a lot of hospitals want to limit you to your back.
Right.
Or to your side, which is not, you don't have to, you can do whatever you want. And they try to push you to give your children a whole bunch of things that you research, pick your own what you want for your child, because there are things that we don't have to do that we're told we need to. And I'm like, I'm learning this now with after my 6th kid.
Mhm.
I'm like, what? I did have a stillborn, so one of mine was a stillborn.
Mhm.
It does happen, one of every however many kids. That was my 5th child.
Now I have my little girl who's crazy and I love her. But
Mhm.
they do a lot at the hospital. But yeah, you don't have to give birth one specific way. It's whatever feels good on you.
Mhm.
Some people like to be rubbed. Some people want you far away. I mean, there's no right or wrong in birth. And as a man, just be supportive if you have kids. Don't go all up in the face and no one wants to.
Did everybody sign in? Because I'm gonna send y'all out with the pizzas. Yes. I don't know where else they're going unless if Dr.
For
Perdomo
$29.95.
needs one. I stole one from my kids.
We'll give you pizza.
Yes.
You have a good day.
Yeah, take a pizza. Make sure to share it.